to the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Check, green 80. Hey, brown 80. Mark 54. You remember me? 80 hot. Let's go, baby. Kill. Check 13. Check 13.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Let's go.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Easy.
Maybe a free play here for Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? You got what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Switch.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns. And that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Rivers. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. He's got a first. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Coleman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown, 82 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Rivers, he's airing it out into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And now running right through it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Hey, Haywood! Check that.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
First down, Raiders.
I'm here all day. Jim.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It's complete to Grant. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 17-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Raiders first down.
Carr now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Carr going to try and throw on third down. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Run 80. Alpha. Wait, 80 hot.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Going deep here for Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion. So here's 2nd and 4. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
7:34.
Here's Carr. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Denzel Perryman. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
58 for Mike. Bravo. 58 for Mike. They're going to need some therapy after this. 58, right over there.
Carr now to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 21.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Ryan Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. He finds an opening past the 40. There goes Melvin Gordon. 20. Touchdown, LA. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a one-score deficit. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to... Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
15 yards on the play, first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Let's go. You tighten up. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Right now.
They'll run it with Jacobs into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I got him. Check three.
One more time with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26.
The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Black 15. Yeah. You don't want none. Good hunt. Good hunt.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on fourth down, here's the punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. From midfield, here's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing again on second and 10. Carr, and he comes back with one complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Mike 58 right there. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
On first down, Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They've gone to the second quarter now in Denver. The Broncos have taken the early lead. Joe Flacco leading the way offensively. It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Throwing on first down is Carr. This will be caught by Brown. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Carr completes it, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Coming to you.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And some room to roam now. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers to Gordon out left. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A toss play, Gordon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
To throw is Rivers. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Taco Charlton able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles.
And he's going to go down again. Tahir Whitehead. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Room.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. And that one's pretty well wrapped up as the Giants have grown their lead even further. We'll keep you updated on that one as